Welcome everyone to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. It's 15 degrees in Milwaukee. It must be Wednesday. Welcome everyone to the home of the Emirates NBA Cup champs, the Milwaukee Bucks, here at Fiserv Forum tonight. It's the first run of the season between the Bucks and the San Antonio Spurs. Nothing like an elite run to heat up the night. We have two of the best in the game tonight. The impregnable, impervious defense of Victor Wembanyama of the Spurs on display. He leads the league in blocks. And the immutable scoring and force of Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the NBA in scoring. A couple of quasars on the court tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones alongside Jay Billis. George Sedano joining us in just a bit. When we look at these two bigs on the court, Jay, we see two guys that score the basketball, defend, each in their own very unique way.
Two transcendent players that are doing, Mark, unprecedented things in the NBA. And look at the comparison of their stat lines. Giannis has them in age 30 to 21, but the numbers are comparable from there on out. And look at the assist numbers for Giannis this year. When he is drawing a crowd, and he does often, he's finding open teammates. And the blocks per game and the block percentage, #1 in the NBA for Victor Wembanyama. And he shoots it effortlessly from three, shoots a high percentage, 36%. But he's got a lot in his bag. Ultra skilled. They can use him as a pick and roll handler, but where he sets himself apart is on the defensive end. He can block jump shots out on the perimeter, and he blocks and changes things around the rim as well. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is leading the NBA in scoring just under 32 points per game. And 20 of those 32 points a game are coming in the paint. That leads the NBA. But here's the difference. The passing this year, when he does draw a crowd, he's finding his teammates for open shots, and they're knocking him down more often than not.
His passing skills on display a couple of nights ago in Toronto as he notched a 13-assist triple-double. Time now for tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Chris Paul in the backcourt with Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Wembanyama on the front line. Meanwhile, Dame Lillard is dealing with a calf issue for the Milwaukee Bucks, but available to go tonight. Jackson, Prince, Giannis, and Brook Lopez on the front line for the Milwaukee Bucks, who come into the game with a record of 18-16, 11-7 here at Fiserv Forum.
Just above the corner, but he knocks down over 45% from that corner area. But Victor Wembanyama, one with the shot fake from the corner, but gets around Giannis, never touched any rim. Talk about elite feel.
Welcome back to Milwaukee. Victor Wembanyama is the first player in NBA history to score 2,000 points, 300 blocks, and have 200 threes in his first 100 games. You see a couple of buckets there that are amazing as well.
With the slam inside to give the Bucks a 5-point lead.
Giannis is averaging 6 assists per game. His eyes were never on A.J. Green, but he saw him the whole way, and then late in transition, that's an easy bucket.
Let's take a look at tonight's Fresh Take, brought to you by Subway. And some of the numbers from the reigning Emirates NBA Cup champs. The Milwaukee Bucks going 6-0, and all other games 12-16. When you look at the numbers, though, Jay, beyond the numbers, Doc Rivers, he draws iron as Milwaukee leads by 4. 31-27 after 12 minutes of play.
Fairly say straight up.
I would agree with you, Jay, when we have our first Green Light Special, Spurs Challenge, when we come back. To call the timeout. Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look now at tonight's Star Watch, brought to you by GoDaddy.
Milwaukee's had good success using Brook Lopez in some ball screen action and pulling Victor Wembanyama away from the basket. He's just come off. Lopez has, you see him working that pick and pop action and ready to shoot when the ball arrives. He's just coming off a game in which he had 16 points, hitting 4 of 8 from 3 against the Raptors.
A star-studded ESPN NBA doubleheader for you. First, it's Joel Embiid and the 76ers hosting Jalen Brunson and the Knicks at 7:30. Then to cap off the night, it's Tyler Hero and the Heat taking on LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers as Dame knocks down the second free throw. I was talking about the halftime presented by Hyundai. A recap of the Thunder Cavs game. Highlights of our game. Michael Eaves and Nicole Briscoe in the studio with that on the Hyundai halftime. AJ Green and then Giannis at the other end, patrolling the skies for the... You're watching NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Fiserv Forum, the first meeting of the season between the Bucks and the Spurs. Let's take a look at our first half stats brought to you by ESPN Bet. 4 different players for the Bucks in double-digit scoring. That ties their largest halftime lead of the season. Moving forward, Lopez leading the way. To hunt that 3 ball, he's knocked down 4 on 4 attempts tonight and brought his team back to within 12. Rivers in Milwaukee. And the lead is down to 8 points. Chris Paul, very intentional about trying to score it tonight. Got a clean look. Hey, next Wednesday we have a star-studded ESPN NBA doubleheader for you. First, it's Joel Embiid and the 76ers hosting Jalen Brunson and the Knicks at 7:30. Then to cap off the night, it's Tyler Hero and the Heat. Time, it means a timeout for San Antonio.
Creates space as well as any guard in the league. Simple step back and a beautiful stroke from deep.
Milwaukee with 4 players in double digits, scoring 3 of them with 20 or more, including Antetokounmpo, Lillard, and Brook Lopez.
And Giannis has 7 assists to go along with those 22 points and 12 rebounds. And Lopez and Lillard are a combined 9 of 17 from 3.
And that's the end of 3 periods. Milwaukee leading by 13. Antetokounmpo with 22 to lead the way. Gary Trent Jr. 3 for 3 from deep.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Working with his trainers and the Greek national team as well. Look at the story of our 2 Quasars on the court tonight. Antetokounmpo with the edge, 25 points on 11 to 21, and more than anything else, he really embraced the challenge of taking on Wembanyama tonight and doing it at both ends of the floor. Look at the energy that it takes to do it, especially defensively, Jay.
Yeah, he's been physical with him on the defensive end and actually physical against him on the offensive end. But it's the 25 points and 16 rebounds. It's also the 8 assists.
Giannis addicted to winning. Not to mention his maniacal, invariable work ethos. Another stellar performance tonight against another impressive big man, Wemby. Once again, our final score, 121-105 for Jay Billis and Jorge Sedano. I'm Mark Jones saying so long from Milwaukee. Right now, let's send you to SportsCenter.